Welcome to the Dinosaur Review for Kids podcast, a show all about reviewing dinosaurs on a scale of 1 to 10 fossils before only the elite terrible lizards make it into the prehistoric cage match. This program is presented by the Stomp Chomp Roar Company and can be heard within all the rock layers across the planet. Grab your dinosaurs and your official scorecard because it's now time to dig for dinosaurs. Here's your Mesozoic host, Dinosaur Ranger Anthony.
Wagwan, my flying pterosaurs. This is your prehistoric air traffic controller and the host of the Dinosaur Review for Kids podcast. This is Dinosaur Ranger Anthony. Now, you guys, prepare yourselves for takeoff and enjoy the next episode of the Dinosaur Review for Kids podcast. And welcome to Jamaica! No, not really. I'm just having a little bit of fun with my green screen today. You can see right behind me if you're watching my video cast on YouTube. I'm at the Montego Bay Resort for Sandals down in fabulous Jamaica. Now today I'm recording this week's podcast a day early on Tuesday, June 7th. And that's because I'm flying to Jamaica tomorrow, Wednesday, June 8th, 2022. So I started this podcast off by saying Wagwan, and that means what's going on in Jamaican. Now back to my vacation. My wife and I are going to the Caribbean island of Jamaica to celebrate our 10-year wedding anniversary. We've been married for an amazing 10 years, and 4 of those have been filled with my crazy love of dinosaurs. Now 12 years ago when I asked Ranger Elace to marry me, I also asked her, what is your favorite dinosaur? And she told me the pterodactyl. Can you guys believe that? For one, the pterodactyl isn't even its real name. It's a Pteranodon, right? And number 2, a Pteranodon isn't even a real dinosaur. It's just a prehistoric flying reptile. Well, nonetheless, I married her anyways, and actually I'm just kidding, you guys. I never asked her that on the night I asked her to marry me, but nonetheless, pterodactyl Pteranodon is still a very cool prehistoric creature. Now, tomorrow when I drop this podcast, I'll already be sitting on a white sandy beach at the Sandals Montego Bay Resort with my feet in the sand. It's just going to be a great time. We can't wait to fly out tomorrow. Now, let's update you guys on some dinopreneur news before we get started on our high-flying dinosaur review today. Now, have you guys signed up for Camp Stomp Chomp Roar? It's my virtual summer camp, and it's going to be from July 4th through July 8th, and it's going to be packed full of dinosaurs, fossils, Jurassic Park, mammoths, toys, scavenger hunts, volcanoes, hybrids, ice cream, and so much more. You might even get a chance to learn on how to make your very own fossil. So if you want to learn how to join Camp Stomp Chomp Roar, go ahead and visit my website at stompchomproar.com/summercamp. Now, this June, we have our Patreon Club lessons, and the first one's going to be on June 19th, and it's called The Mysterious Twin Dinosaurs. And it's all about the Therizinosaurus and the Dinochirus. Are those 2 dinosaurs related, or are they totally opposite but look similar? You'll find out on June 19th. I'll also be doing a lesson on June 26th, and that one's going to be about pop culture dinosaurs besides Jurassic Park. So we'll learn about Littlefoot, Reptar, Dragonzord, Godzilla, all the other dinosaurs that we all know and love in other types of movies and TV shows. Now also, if you guys are in the Omaha, Nebraska area, I'm going to be at the Durham Museum's Fossil Fridays, the 1st and 3rd Friday of June and July. So that's June 3rd and June 17th, and then July 1st and July 15th. I'll be at the Durham Museum from about 10 a.m. to noon with my fossil cart presentation that I'll do at 11 a.m. All those Fridays, I'll have all my fossils, I'll have one of my volcanoes, Paleo, my baby Spinosaurus, so come out and say hi to me if you guys are out there at the Durham Museum. And they will also be having tons of dinosaur activities from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on all the Fridays as part of their Fossil Friday program. Now let's give it a couple of shout outs before we get started with today's review. Shout out to Pre-K and Play Southwest. I went and visited their kiddos this Monday, had tons of fun out there. Shout out to the Durham Museum Summer Camp. I'll be visiting those kiddos here later this morning. I can't wait to fill up that little auditorium they got with all the campers out there and do my prehistoric pep rally show. Also, shout out to Dinosaur Ranger Elace, who happens to be my lovely wife. We're having our anniversary this Thursday, June 9th, down there in Jamaica. I cannot wait to celebrate our anniversary with you. Now, also shout out to Jack, where he just visited his birthday party this last Saturday. So happy 5th birthday to Jack. Now, you guys, let's go ahead and grab our bandanas, grab our aviator goggles and our scorecard, because it's time to fly high and take off for our next review. So let me go ahead and grab my scorecard. And as always, you guys can print these off for free on my website. Go to stompchomproar.com, click on that Science Lab tab, and you'll see the post for the Dinosaur Review for Kids podcast. And you can print off the PDF file for free so you can do your own dinosaur review, or maybe follow along with me and see if we get the same score at the end of our review. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get started. Today's species is the Pteranodon, which means winged and toothless. So I'm doing the Pteranodon today for Dinosaur Ranger Elace, who happens to be my lovely wife. Her favorite prehistoric creature is the Pteranodon. So that is today's species, Pteranodon, which means winged and toothless. And I even have one of my Pteranodons right here, you guys. Let me open up its mouth. You'll be able to see right here on my video cast. Look, it's got teeth in its mouth. This Jurassic Park Pteranodon has teeth, but yet Pteranodon means winged and toothless. But why does the toy have teeth? And that's just because the toy companies want to make him look cooler, maybe a little bit meaner, so they gave him those teeth in his mouth. But it really had no teeth in real life. So the Pteranodon, you guys, is a type of pterosaur. Those are all the prehistoric flying reptiles of the Mesozoic era. And then it falls into that pterodactyloid suborder, and those are the winged finger pterosaurs. So during the Jurassic and the Cretaceous period, pterosaurs had short tails, toothless jaws, head crests on their head, and that elongated fourth finger on their wings. So the pterodactyloid are from the Jurassic Cretaceous period, and it contains our Pteranodon that we're talking about today. Now, how big was this creature, our Pteranodon? So Pteranodon is about 25 to 33-foot wingspan. So 25 to 33 feet wingspan, or 8 to 11 meters. Now, when it's standing up tall, it's about 6 feet high, or 2 meters, and it can weigh up to maybe about 200 pounds. So the wingspan of the Pteranodon is larger than any known bird today during the Cenozoic era, or here in present life. So again, 25 to 33 foot wingspan for our Pteranodon. Now, how fast was this prehistoric reptile, flying reptile? So the Pteranodon is coming in about 60 miles per hour, and they could fly, you guys, for 7 to 10 days straight. Can you imagine that? 7 to 10 days straight, our Pteranodon could be up flying in the sky, flapping its wings to fly, using those wind drifts and grabbing onto those wind currents and helping it go all throughout the sky. 7 to 10 days straight, and that could be anywhere from 8,000 to 12,000 miles in between those 7 to 10 days. So totally amazing they could be up in the sky for that long. Now, what weapons, defense, or other characteristics did our Pteranodon have? So our Pteranodon is very lightly built with those hollow, lightweight bones. We see all the dinosaurs, our pterosaurs, they have hollow, lightweight bones. That's going to make them a lot more lightweight. So our Pteranodon needs to take flight. So having those hollow, lightweight bones is helping it not be so heavy, only up to about 200 pounds. They have that small body. They believe to be covered in somewhat of a fur along their body. They have a very large brain with great eyesight. So being up there in the sky constantly, they have to have good eyes to be able to look down below and look for any kinds of prey. Now they have a long, lightweight, bony, upright head crest on their heads. Now, what is it used for? We don't know 100%, but maybe kind of like a rudder on a boat or some kind of stabilizer, helping it be able to fly and make turns throughout the sky. Or maybe it could have different impressions or colors on it, kind of like we see birds possess today with all their different colors, and maybe that helped attract a girlfriend or a mate. So very interesting. That head crest is up on its head, above their head up there, going backwards from their skull. Very neat, and I've seen that it could get up to maybe about 2 feet in length, or a little bit lower than that. Now, like we mentioned, they have the toothless jaws, a long, narrow beak with those toothless jaws are going down, scooping all kinds of fish, marine species out of the water. Now, their wings, they have that 25 to 33 feet wingspan. They've got that leathery membrane on their wings, as you can see in this figure right here. They've got somewhat of that leathery membrane that's helping them be able to flap their wings and catch that air current and be able to fly throughout the sky. Now, they have those 3 fingers kind of positioned in the middle of the wing, as you can see on my figure right here, or maybe on the toys you have at home. So they have those 3 fingers halfway down their wings, and then they have that elongated 4th finger. So a 4th finger goes the rest of the way of the wings, and that is their 4th finger right there. So they have claws on 3 fingers, and they've got that elongated 4th kind of pinky finger that goes all the way the rest of the wing. And they would have had nests on all kinds of islands or on the shoreline. Maybe it could have had an island over in Jamaica, but I haven't seen any dinosaur evidence on very many of the Caribbean islands. Our Caribbean islands probably weren't totally to the surface yet back during the Mesozoic era. So where did the dinosaur live? Not a dinosaur, the pterosaurs. This Pteranodon, where did it live and how long did this species live during the Mesozoic era? So our Pteranodon is coming in about 85 to 75 million years ago during the late Cretaceous period, and it's found in North America, down in the Niobrara and the Pierre Shell formations, and it was found back in Kansas in 1876, named in 1876 by O.C. Marsh, one of the famous paleontologists from the Bone Wars. Now, the holotype was found in Smoky Hill River, Kansas. So you guys, a quick recap. Our Pteranodon isn't a real dinosaur. It's just a prehistoric flying reptile that falls into those pterosaurs or those pterodactyloid families. Now, it has a 25 to 33 feet wingspan, up to 6 feet high, gets up to about 200 pounds. They could fly up to about 60 miles per hour and be up in the skies for maybe 7 to 10 days. So for a week or a little bit over a week. Very lightly built. They have somewhat of a fur on their body. They have a toothless beak, maybe going down, getting all kinds of marine species out of the water. They have those 3-fingered claws with that elongated 4th finger, and they've got that bony head crest on their heads, probably used for somewhat of a rudder or for mating display, and they lived back in the late Cretaceous period. So where do we put our Pteranodon amongst the dinosaurs on our official results of the Dinosaur Review for Kids podcast? Remember, 1 fossil or 1 star for some of the worst dinosaurs, and 10 fossils or 10 stars for some of the best dinosaurs or prehistoric creatures. So I'm going to give our Pteranodon today a 6.9. There we have it, everyone, a 6.9 for our Pteranodon. A very good score. It is an awesome prehistoric creature, even though it's technically not a real dinosaur. So how was that for a crash course for our Pteranodon? Let's all flap our wings and fly away. Now, I chose the Pteranodon, you guys, for today's podcast because, like I mentioned, it happens to be Dinosaur Ranger Elace's favorite prehistoric creature, and it's not really a real dinosaur, but I've taught her a lot about dinosaurs, and it's just our prehistoric flying reptile. So I also gave it a 6.9 because that happens to be our wedding day, our wedding anniversary. We got married on June June 9th of 2012. So 6.9 is the same as June 9th. So that's what the symbolism a little bit was there for it. And I also think it deserved a 6.9 on our fossil scale. So thank you to Dinosaur Ranger Elace. She's always been so supportive, you guys, and puts up with my adult dinosaur obsession. And I think she just might, I think she just wishes I'd stop buying so many of our dinosaur toys, like this one right here from the Amber collection. So happy anniversary to Dinosaur Ranger Elace. Now, you guys, before we go, we always gotta say a quick joke. Why does a Pteranodon eat at the Pizza Hut and not the Pizza Hut? Why does the Pteranodon eat at the Pizza Hut and not at the Pizza Hut? Because the P is silent, it can't say the letter P, so it's off at the Pizza Hut, and not at the Pizza Hut. So you guys remember to sign up for Camp Stomp Chomp Roar by June 25th. Take advantage of our virtual summer camp and become a Junior Dinosaur Ranger as part of the Patreon Club. We're having tons of fun. We're up to 17 campers coming up for this July, and I hope to get you along as well. Now, wish me good luck down there in Jamaica, man. We're going to have tons of fun down there in Montego Bay Sandals Resort, and I cannot wait to tell you guys all of my adventures when we get back. So you guys, my name is Dinosaur Ranger Anthony, and as always, keep digging for dinosaurs. We'll see you guys later. Jamaica man!